In the wake of Trump's resounding victory, we are hearing tonight from BC Conservative leader John Rustad on what the win south of the border might mean for BC. CTV's Rob Buffum joins us live in Victoria. Rob.
John Rustad said today that he is optimistic that a Trump administration could mean good things for our province. On the heels of Donald Trump's resounding win, BC Conservative leader John Rustad says the change of government there could be positive for British Columbia.
I'm hopeful that with a win with Trump, it's going to change a couple of things.
While Trump has threatened to impose 10% tariffs across the board for imports of all goods, Rustad points to 15% tariffs scheduled to increase already in place on softwood lumber and not renegotiated by Biden's administration that are hurting BC's forestry sector.
Trump is a deal maker. Hopefully it gives us an opportunity to be able to do a deal with the Americans, and I think that should be a priority for our government. We have to be looking at how we protect our forest sector, and I think, quite frankly, both federally and provincially, they've ignored it.
He also notes Trump has said he'd remove electric vehicle mandates and emission targets. Rustad thinks BC should do the same and get rid of zero-emission targets for new vehicles.
By 2030, with these mandates in place, the low-end vehicles are going to be taken off the market. People are going to have to pay significantly more to buy a vehicle in British Columbia. And how's that helping the average everyday person who's struggling to put food on the table and pay for the rent?
That appeal to day-to-day financial realities and backlash to government intervention central to Trump's victory, and the growing popularity of conservative movements in BC and Canada, says this political scientist.
The unifying principle here, what brings these three very disparate kind of politics and parties together is the magic ingredient that is populism.
Known for bluster and being unpredictable, we won't know Trump's plans for electric vehicles or tariffs until he's sworn in January 20th. But planning north of the border has already begun.
So, Rob, getting back to BC's election, judicial recount started today in 2 ridings.
They did, Mijing, Surrey Guildford and Kelowna Centre. In Surrey, 19,090 ballots are being counted by hand with a judge overseeing the process. 2 ballots were contested today and the judge rejected both ballots. The NDP won the riding with a margin at the moment of 21 votes. A recount is also taking place in Kelowna Centre, which was narrowly claimed by the Conservatives. A 3rd recount in Prince George Mackenzie will happen tomorrow after Elections BC revealed a ballot box containing more than 800 votes was not counted. Elections BC tells me they expect to have all 3 counts, or recounts rather, done by tomorrow. The one that's most important is Surrey Guildford because that's the most closest, just 21 votes, and it's the only one of the 3 won by the NDP. If it gets flipped, the NDP lose their majority. If it's a tie, well, then it is a by-election there. Mijing.
Yeah, we'll be watching that closely tomorrow. Thank you, Rob.